Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Last we left off, I was in the sport, so we'll continue where I left off. Alright, let's try to figure out where I need to go. Bum ba dum 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 dum. No, I like the scenery here in West Skyrim. So, nice mountains. No dragons. No dragons. I found the abandoned block.
I have more than I need, so I'll just use them.
Preparation are complete. My Breton brothers, we are ready to begin the ritual. Send the least shipment to a Kilker temple, sister. A Brit, you will put everything to good use. You have done well. Ha ha! Await the next command, the next range. Okay. Ooh, I put up natural water. Useless. Ooh, I found a lore book. So what's next for me? I don't know to go. Finally. Alright. Journal. Quest. She's over there. Okay. And I am over. Oh, of course.
I have more than I need, so I'll just feast on you.
Over here, partner. All I found were these Reachmen stalking the pass. Decided they'd rather die than talk, so I obliged. They don't look like they're from Ice Reach, but they are wearing the Coven's medallions. Anyway, did you find Kilcreath? The temple to Meridia? Why would the Ice Reach Coven target a local Daedra cult? Damn, we're running out of time. I'll head back to Solitude and try again to warn High King Svargrim. You go to Kilcreath Temple and alert Meridia's priests. I'll meet you there as soon as I can. You'll be going up against the Coven by yourself.
Where do I get the hard job? She gets the easy job. What can I just warn the High King? Sipping all my pen to lay that money.
Disaster has befallen Kilcreath Temple.
What happened? What happened? Let me know what happened.
Don't be alarmed. I mean you no harm. But there are Harrow fiends swarming around Kilcreath Temple who do. Head back to safety before they find you.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but you're too late. An unnatural storm struck the temple, and now the entire area is overrun by vampires and Harrow fiends.
Oh, great. Now vampires. I mean, with
Harrow fiends
I
are
had to do with dragons the last region.
A byproduct of the unnatural Harrow storm.
Right. Can they be worse than
As
dragons?
for me, I am Fenorian of House Ravenwatch. I came here on the trail of remains stolen from a mass grave in Bankurai. They were shipped to Solitude in ancient urns. Yes, I've run into the Coven as well.
Hello, Ghost
The
Drag
urns and
Gaming.
the stolen remains play a part in a ritual to summon the storms. I could use your help to examine the strange pikes erected around the temple. Harrow fiends and vampires roam the area, making it difficult to get close. Hence the need for your assistance. You see, is it that obvious? But have no fear. As a member of House Ravenwatch, I have pledged to never take blood from an unwilling subject. I assure you.
Alright then. You're assured of me. Alright. Oh, I got,
Priest of Meridia. Maybe they can tell us more about what happened at the temple.
know this? A vampire bear, really? What this person thought this is a good idea to make a bear a vampire. Excuse me. I hope you rest well, my friend. Alright, as I was doing, alright, champion, warrior.
An alchemical residue. That should prove useful.
Die, you unholy hell!
Depleted. Just ordinary sticks and rope now. Interesting.
I hear something. It's lost.
Can you feel the lingering energy? That's Daedric, if I'm not mistaken. These depleted witch pikes expended a lot of power to summon the Hero Storm. Now they're just ordinary sticks, but even in this state, they tell us much about the ritual that flowed through them. I'm sure now that the pikes play a significant role as focal points for the storm ritual. The prepared pikes are depleted. It's the remains of an alchemical poultice. One other thing I want to check first. I noticed the pilgrims leading a cart away from the temple right before the storm hit.
Find the pilgrims. Happy Thanksgiving, pilgrims. Find the pilgrims. Pilgrims. Oh, pilgrims. Are you a pilgrim? A merchant.
I saw a bird.
There you are, pilgrim.
alive but unresponsive. Check the crates and see if they contain the smuggled items. Did you find anything of... I can't believe anyone knowingly involved would have let themselves be exposed to the storm. Perhaps the pilgrims were tricked into transporting the crate. Or maybe it was slipped into their cart. Yes, of course. Though I fear what we may find there. The temple was clearly at the center of the storm. Regardless, there's still a lot we don't know about the effects of this ritual. Observing the target area could offer new insights.
Let's head to the temple now. Investigate Cure Temple. How about your child? Vampire Center. A hunting we will go. A hunting we will go.
Please, can anybody help us?
These are temple priests and pilgrims. It seems the storm killed them. I'll need to perform. I want to learn more about the ritual and how it produces the Harrow storms. And I need to confirm my theories about the storm's effects. I'll start by examining the residue from the witch pike to identify the components used to power the ritual. My alchemical equipment. It's extremely fragile, so I left it in my pack. I hid it among a copse of trees once I saw all the vampires and Hierophants. Once I retrieve it, I can find a place to begin my analysis.
That's close enough, Leech.
I'm not part of the coven!
What in the world?
Looks like I made it back just in time. This place is crawling with vampires, and that one was about to make a meal out of you. House Ravenwatch. I've heard of them, but he's a long way from Rivenspire. Well, if you're willing to trust a vampire, I suppose I can too.
I don't want to
I
trust
spotted
them.
a coven witch. If we hurry, we might be able to catch her. On the cliff overlooking the temple. Calls herself Sister Embrit. I was going to rush her, but I wanted to make sure you hadn't run afoul of any of these monsters first.
Even Harold. It seems the ritual needs refinement.
Kill her before she can summon another storm.
Doing the sacrifices. How nice.
Sacrifice! I'd rather give you my axe, Leech.
This way?
Go with your vampire friend. I'm gonna look around here.
Do you see? These are the same as the urns smuggled from Bankarai. They didn't just shatter, they exploded. I can sense traces of magicka clinging to the shards that matched the energy used in the storm. All this rubble scattered around didn't just come from these urns. The texture and patterns are different. They appear to have used the funerary dust in the urns to summon the Harrow Storms. But I'm not sure what was inside the larger vessel. Look at the shape of the fragments. They come from a hollow receptacle of some sort. Something at least as tall as you. Perhaps larger. Just another piece of the puzzle. Maybe when I... Thank you, but no. I try to avoid large population centers. The temptation. You understand. I'll find someplace nearby, but out of the way where I can set up my equipment and work undisturbed. I'll send word when I have something to report. I met a clever woman who lives in the bog near Morthal. Old Mjolin's a dying breed among the Nords. A practitioner of the old magic. The locals both admire and fear her. If anyone can help me untangle the Coven's ritual, it's her. Mjolin's experience with the old ways and reach magic make her ideally suited to assist me in this endeavor. She's the closest thing to an expert we're likely to find out here.
So, what did your vampire friend... Reach witches summoning magical storms to create feral vampires? That's horrible, but to what purpose? Well, that's the next puzzle to solve. First, we need to get this information to the Queen. Here. This was for Brondel, but it's yours now. Queen Gerhild needs to hear what we discovered at Kilcreath Temple. Hopefully that will be enough for her to get us an audience with Hike. The Queen seemed reasonable. She'll believe us. As for Svargrim, who can tell? I haven't met the man, but everything I've heard describes him as prideful. I'd like to knock down the palace door. If there's anything else we need to discuss, let's get it out of the way now, before we return to Solitude. Hey, you and Fenorian came to that conclusion, not me. Still, it makes us a clever woman. Our priority remains clever men and women.
Return to Solitude. Alright, let me see this new sword I just grabbed. Is it worth using? $1,108. My coin sword is 1,000. Okay.
Just a small donation? gonna You're the one who decided to break the law. So you're the one who... I appreciate you taking this so well.
I wanted to kill the poor.
Help! Assassins in the palace! Help!
That's one of the Queen's attendants. Let's get inside.
Be strong, Svanna.
Mother! No! No!
Svanna, your father, the kingdom. Watch your...
Mother! No! You can't die! Mother!
Sire, the assassins might return. You must get to somewhere safe.
Have Yoren's lackeys come to gloat?
We came here to warn you, Your Highness.
And yet my wife lies dead,
If you had listened to us...
like she did. If I determine Yoren had a hand in this, there will be war! Someone take care of my wife!
Father, please.
Gods, what a disaster. The Queen's been assassinated and Svargrim still refuses to listen to reason. We need to find a way to set things right. Good question. The guards should have been able to handle a run-of-the-mill assassin. This could be connected to the Ice Reach Coven. In fact, I'd wager my axe that it is. Look around. See if you can find any indication of how the assassin got in and out of the palace so easily. Maybe even turn up something that ties the murderer to the coven. Svanna's taking this pretty hard. We've seen these medallions before. On the Reachman near Kilcreath. And I saw them on the Witches in Ice Reach. The assassin definitely seems to be in league with the Coven. But can we get Svargrim to believe that? Svargrim has every right to be angry. He watched his wife die right before his eyes. We need to see the High King.
I should think not. The High King is in mourning. He's not to be disturbed.
The Queen's wasn't the only life lost today. Now get out of our way.
Go right in.
Your Highness, please. Your kingdom is in grave danger.
My queen's blood hasn't yet cooled, and already Yoren's lackeys hound me.
We have proof that the Coven threatening your kingdom is responsible for the Queen's death. Show him part.
Show me what?
Does Yoren think me so weak that he believes his half-reach witches? They pose no threat. We've beaten back those wild dogs time and time again, while our brothers to the east bow down to a poetry-writing milk drinker. I've tales told around campfires to scare the children. Storms happen here all the time, and none of them spawn monsters. The last spy who spoke of such things, well, he no longer speaks of such things. I am the Wolf of Solitude. I know my enemies. You dishonor my wife's name by letting it pass through your treacherous lips. Away with you! And pray I don't find evidence that ties you to the Queen's murder. That...
We'll leave you to your grief, Your Highness.
Is it true? Mother told me you were working for her before she...
I'm sorry, Svanna. I would have saved
My
her
mother.
if I could.
She told me she gave the mighty Lyris Titanborn an important task. Tell me, what were you doing for my mother? Threat? What threat? And do you think this is why someone came into the palace and killed her? And did you tell my father all this? Is he rallying the soldiers? Alerting the other holds? My father sees Yoren's plots everywhere, even in his spicy venison stew. Well, I won't let my mother's death be for nothing. She trusted you, and so will I. My father be damned. Please, find whoever did this and stop them. I saw the assassin. He moved fast. Unbelievably fast. He leaped through the window after stabbing my mother. By that time, the guards had gathered, so I guess he decided to flee. Try to follow his trail. Someone outside... He was fast, that's for certain. My fault. I'm not my mother.
Come on, Princess. Let's get you somewhere safe.
Don't call me princess. Just Svanna. There's nothing noble about me.
What do you want?
What do I want? I want to take you on a nice date. That's what I want. Why is the queen not here?
My wife. She is like ice. So cold. There was a commotion at the palace. Everyone was headed that way. Except one man. No, not a man. He wore an eye patch. But his fate, he was fast. So fast.
Gods watch over you during these troubled times.
I don't feel so good.
My heart is heavy.
Will you pray with me for these poor souls? It was a monster, a vampire. I have seen such creatures before, but this one wore an eye patch. It moved like a shadow and took sustenance from these poor souls. I called upon Arcae's grace and the vamp toward the main gate. I pray the guard finished off the depraved creature before it...
A final witness. Alright.
Well?
You again? Didn't I warn you about putting your... A vampire? I don't know what you're talking about. But whoever it was tore out Cenolia's throat and fled through the gate before I could stop him. The Queen's dead? What about the High King? He'll have my head for letting the assassin slip away. You think... Would the High King really... But I'm a loyal subject! No more talk. I need to get Senolia off the street.
This is Svargrim's fault. He should have heeded us from the start. Damn Svargrim and his distrust of Yoren. How many more of his people have to die before he accepts the truth and lets us... That would explain the assassin's swiftness and ability to escape so easily. We knew the... Well then, time to fight right.
No need to mention me to Princess Svanna or the High King, right?
Got somewhere...
Welcome to the middle of nowhere, my friend. You must be freezing. Warm yourself by the fire, and tell me how... A bold move, even for them. Old Mjolnir and I have been comparing notes, and we've made some progress studying that. We knew that vampires were working with the Coven. And old Mjolnir and I can say with certainty that the feral Harrow Fiends are byproducts of Harrow Storms. An eye patch? That's uncommon. And this insignia, I've seen it before. It's the same as the symbol that decorates the urns smuggled out of Bankarai.
Local wisdom dictates that only the very brave or the very foolish seek the counsel of vampires and old crones. Which are you, I wonder? A grim talisman. It bears an enchantment of some kind, though the symbol upon it holds no... Bring me the bones of a wolf and a death bell plant pulled up by its roots. I need the death bell, and I see you.
Alright, that I gotta stop. I got somewhere to be. I'll be back in an hour or two. Alright, see you then.